This is the Pioneers Surviving Desolation. Right now, as of this recording, it's in early access, which means, the game isn't finished, but it's kind of got a really interesting start going. It's a survival colony sim set in the most hostile of environments, the moon Io. So, I've played a lot of survival colony sims and a lot of very difficult to live in places, but I don't know if I've been to a place that's as hostile as Io. So, it's got some interesting sort of base building mechanics and some interesting mechanics for managing your people. It's different from what I expected. I expected it to either be, so actually what I expected it from it was a large-scale colony sim in the vein of something like Surviving the Aftermath or Timberborn or something like that. But it's got more of an intimate scale to it, which I don't know. I guess I can stop talking about it and play the game. Why don't we do that? So let's so I can. You know what? I don't remember this from the first time I played it. It looks like I can choose some characters from like a predefined roster, or I can have random characters. Can I take this back? If I've chosen these characters, but I'm actually kind of interested in seeing what the random characters look like. So I'm gonna. Oh, can I not take it? Oh, there we go. I got to re-click them down here to take them back. I think I'm gonna go for some random pioneers. So let's not choose any of these predefined characters. Let's just go random. And this is suggesting that I skip the tutorial. I've played the tutorial before. So maybe... I don't know. I'm playing a lot of games simultaneously. I'm scared that I'm going to forget how to play. You know what? No, let's just go with it. Let's skip the tutorial. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on. So, here's the setup. Megalopolises are suffocating under a thick blanket of pollution. But what worries governments around the world is the global shortage of resources. To maintain the growth of humanity, the multinational energy companies are leading a space race. Large mining exploration projects are launched. The IO-1 mission, led by Octal Corporation, is the one on which most hopes rest. 15 space engineers will leave Earth... On June 17th, 2084, the IO-1 mission lifts off from its launch base at... Okay, well, they didn't want me to read all of those subtitles, so basically, we've been sent to Io. We're a bunch of space engineers, and we're here to see if there's stuff we can do on Io that will, improve humanity's future. So, seems like things are going all right so far. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. What's going to happen to our ship? Looks like it's a little off course there. And now we have crashed. Yep, here we are. We're all crashy. So let's see. Okay, so here we are. We got a pod. Hello there. So we're slowly crawling out of our pod. And our name is Takata. Akiko Takata. So this is the first thing that kind of surprised me, was the fact that I was controlling a single character in this game. Because it looks like a top-down colony sim, right? So I'm going to head over here, inspect this box of whatever. And it contains some carbon nanotubes. Well, hopefully that'll be useful eventually. So WASD controls the camera, like in, your typical colony sim. Let's have a look at... Okay, so this spaceship, I need to restart the engines, but that requires an engine. So that's not going to work. It's a hyperdrive engine, which seems odd within the bounds of the solar system, but whatever. Yeah, so I need to fix a bunch of stuff about this ship before I can fly it. So that's not really a good option. What else can we do? So here's Io. I do love that my character really does move like she's in outer space. You can see her just sort of like skipping along in this low gravity environment. And that actually comes in useful later. Like, you can do weird stuff here. that you couldn't do on Earth. So what is in here?
Congratulations. You have recovered a piece of the shuttle.
Okay. Nice. We found a flight computer. We're going to have to repair it, but that's fine. Okay, so it looks like the colony, basically, we weren't just coming in this spaceship for the very first time. It looks like there's been sort of an auto-assembled colony in the distance. So we're going to try to get there before our oxygen runs out. You can see I've got an oxygen tank here that it's going to slowly run down over time. I think this might be the most HUD-less part of the screen. So let's keep poking around here. What's this? Here's a... So I'm going to be picking up as much discarded stuff along the way as I can, because it might be useful. But my goal is to get to the colony. We've got some rations. Okay, that's going to be helpful. Plus some carbon fiber and carbon nanotubes. And I'm pretty sure that's not going into my inventory. I think that's just going straight into my... Yeah, it's just going straight into the colony's inventory. They don't really worry in this game about, what happens to be in whose backpack a lot of the time. You're just collecting stuff. All right, so here's the part where I think maybe I should have... There we go. Okay, I right-click on my character, and I can hit jump. And then I can click on a destination, and my character can go boing and jump across, which is really neat, right? I don't think I've seen a game to let me navigate characters like this in exactly that way. So let's inspect this tube here. It looks like Kukonen is in this pod. Okay. Let's wake them up. Okay, so now we've got Kukonen. Got 2 people. That's very helpful. I think I can only control one of them at a time, though. So, I wonder, can I just jump straight down from here? So, Takata is going to... Okay. Oh, there we go. He's going to make a safe jump down. And Kukonen? Can you also jump down? Oh, it's a little more dangerous for Kukonen. So each of these characters, I think, has got some specialties that make him better or worse at certain things. So Takata is good at resource extraction, good at athletics, decent at a few other things. Meanwhile, Kukonen is good at crafting and construction. So Kukonen is going to be more of my base person, whereas Takata is more of my external character. I think they deliberately try to give you characters with those 2 specializations up front. So you've got somebody who's really good outside and somebody who's really good inside. So there's a few other things lying around out here, but I think we should probably try to get to the base before things get too bad with our oxygen supply. So Parker says, whenever games are set on Io, it always reminds him of The Expanse. Yeah, anything that happens within the solar system reminds me of The Expanse, and it actually gives it a little bit of a... The Expanse is a hard act to follow. It's really hard to sort of make me satisfied with something that has the same setting as The Expanse. But isn't The Expanse. So over here we've got this elevator, which also kind of serves as an airlock. Coalition asks if this moon is made of cheese. I mean, it does have sort of a yellow cast to it, doesn't it? All right, so let's have Takata wait in the elevator. Let's have both of them wait in the elevator until we're definitely on board. And now that we're here, let's enter the station. Okay, so now we're in the station. We get this cutaway inside. And, Kukonen, let's start the reactor. So right now, I'm pretty sure there's no air in here. But I think that once we start the reactor, it'll start producing oxygen. Okay, yeah, so we can read the oxygen concentration, and it's rising slowly. Now, 22% is actually the amount of oxygen you expect in an atmosphere, but I don't think they're saying 22% of the atmosphere. I think they're saying 22% of human breathable normal. So we're trying to get up to 100% before we take our spacesuits off. Let's just wait a little bit longer. Actually, I think that I can... Okay, no, my number keys are about switching characters. Is it the function keys? No? How do I change the... Oh, it's on the numeric keypad. I can make it go faster. Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's tough when you've got keys that are like traditionally used for two different things that you're doing in your game. Switching characters makes sense on the number keys. It's kind of similar to RTSs where you like can define groups and switch to them with the number keys. But also, you know, speed is often on the number keys. So since we're in here and we've got some oxygen, let's go unequip our suits. So we'll unequip our suits, and I think actually... I wish that unequipping them would automatically recharge their oxygen. I'm pretty sure it doesn't do that. I think actually I need to remember to recharge the oxygen next time. But now, Kukonin and Takata can just wander around safely in here. So let's open up the construction terminal and start building out our base. So the first thing we want to build is a block connector. So that basically extends the base in one of these directions. So let's build one here. So Kukonin, he's going to start building there. And actually, I just realized while he's doing that, it might make sense for Takata to get back outside and start collecting some resources so that we can build things. So let's get her back in her spacesuit, actually. So Art Talbos is apparently trying to watch both this live stream and my current episode from Project Zomboid. Good luck there. I do talk continuously during both, so it's probably going to be pretty difficult to follow. Okay, so we're refilling our oxygen. Very important to do before we go outside. And then let's leave the station. In the meantime... Yeah, so I've basically, I've assigned each character to do what they're best at. Kukonin is really good at building, and so that's what Kukonin is going to be doing. Meanwhile, Takata is good at exterior type stuff. So now that we've got a block connector, we can start messing with modules. Like, for instance, a refinery, which lets us turn the raw materials that Takata is going to be mining into fancy, useful stuff. So let's install a refinery right there. So he's going to start working on that. Meanwhile, Takata, I think, has gotten outside. So let's find something that we can mine. Let's look around on the surface here. Well, what's this? Okay, that's not something to mine. That's just something to salvage. But we'll head over there. In the meantime, we are building a refinery over here. So yeah, so the refinery is useful for sort of turning the raw materials into useful stuff. But we're also going to want to build a crew quarters pretty quick and like a kitchen where we can, you know, make food and eat it. Hey there, Sengatsu. Thanks for showing up. Okay, spare oxygen tank. That seems useful as a consumable. And explosives. Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead and take some of that. I don't know exactly where and when to use that, but that's fine. Oh, there's some carbon. Let's go extract some of that. I'm assuming that we've got... Yes, laser mining drill. Okay, so you pick up a laser mining drill as a part of the tutorial, but I guess these characters start with a laser mining drill if you skip the tutorial. So we're going to get her working on mining carbon. So as she mines carbon, the carbon is going to be stuffed into this right here, up into this little slot. And we need to start using the carbon if her mining is going to be worth very much. So let's grab Kukonin and start messing with this block. Let's make a carbon bin so that we can store carbon. And I think we got to do these one at a time. I don't think I can queue them up. So he's going to make a carbon bin, which will raise our carbon capacity. Because, look, we can only carry about 10 kilograms of carbon right now. So, yeah. So she's going to run out of space real soon. But let's build a bin in here. Okay. So we're building a bin. And then, once that thing is up, let's also build a... Was it the laser chamber? Processes carbon into nanotubes. Yeah, so that is what's going to turn the raw carbon into something that we can use to construct. And you see now we can carry 15 kilograms instead of 10 kilograms of carbon. So we're sort of slowly raising the amount of carbon that we can handle. So I'm going to keep her out here basically until she starts getting low on oxygen. Or until we run out of space for carbon. But once we can start processing carbon into nanotubes... Hey, didn't I say I want a laser chamber? Oh, do I have one? Oh, I do have one. Okay, I thought that it looked the same as before, but it's just hiding behind the beam. All right, so if we've got that going on, then I think we can install a second block over here. Oh, wait, before we do that... Oh, wait, no, I forgot. Yeah, a human has to actually work at the station in order to make it do its job. So, yes, we will install this block here because we do need to have living quarters for these people before they get too tired. But, yeah, we'll want to start working to that refinery to turn some of this carbon into nanotubes. So, yeah, Sangatsu, it's great to have you back. And Sangatsu says that they is talking to the rest of the viewers who says, I missed you guys. It was fun checking out Jeffrey's YouTube videos and hearing all the familiar names. Yeah, it must be kind of weird. I don't know, because I'm constantly talking to people in the chat by name when I'm live on Twitch. But a lot of folks, they end up, their main experience with my channel is the YouTube videos. And... so they get to hear all of these names all the time, but never actually hang out with the people. I don't know, that must be kind of odd. To just have all of these sort of characters that I'm aware of that I talk to all the time that don't seem... that you never actually get to see what they say or who they are. Okay, so... I want to do a crew quarters, except... Okay, yeah, I can afford to install a small crew quarters. So let's do that. But then we're going to have to process some nanotubes in a bit in order to have enough construction materials to build the next thing. Okay, so both of my characters are kind of busy for a bit, so I'm going to speed up time. But let's keep an eye on Takata's oxygen, because that's the thing that's going to drive us back inside. Okay, we finished this block. So the thing that's interesting here is that when I build something like a crew quarters, I've built it, but it isn't actually functioning as a crew quarters yet. It's just a space where I can build smaller facilities. So, like, I can build a bunk right here. I can build another bunk. I can build a mess table. But, like, I decide what goes in this space. So it's unlike the facilities in State of Decay 2 where you build a facility and then the facility comes prepackaged with all the stuff that it needs. And then you can add, like, one mod, which adds an extra thing that it can do. But basically, it's all kind of prefab. In this case, when you build a facility, you basically just build an empty shell, and it does absolutely nothing until you basically install what would be the equivalent in State of Decay 2 of facility mods. So I don't know. It's an interesting, it's a different approach that I kind of find interesting, and I want to mess with it more to just sort of see what this experience is like, how it feels. Oops, I accidentally right-clicked. Unfortunately, I play a lot of different games that involve kind of similar camera controls. Oh, hey, we exhausted that carbon. Let's scavenge this thing before we head back to the base. Anyway, I play a lot of games that are sort of roughly in this zone, roughly in this genre. And some of them you right click and drag to move the camera around. Sometimes you middle click and drag. Sometimes in Company of Heroes 3, rotating the camera involves holding the Alt button and dragging the camera around. Okay, good. We got some more rations. Oh, and we can mine some rare earth elements. So I think I'll probably want to go recharge my oxygen before I spend some time on this. But while we are grabbing stuff there, let's build the mess table. Stick that right there. And then Akiko has found a radio beacon, which increases camera signal range. Okay, so I think that means that I can get further away from this character with the camera. Normally, if you start moving the camera away from your characters, you lose network signal, and you can't explore where they aren't going. But, okay, yeah, it looks like our oxygen's getting low. So, Takata, time for you to get back in the elevator. Come and recharge a little bit. While Takata's heading back, Kukonen has built the mess table. Awesome. So, we are able to eat. So, Kukonen's at 56% fedness, and we've got rations. We've got 11 rations, and so he's going to eat one of the... We had 12. He's starting to eat one of them. So he's going to eat one ration, and that's going to fill up his stomach a little bit. If you let this get too low, it makes you want to just go and, like, feed them a lot of rations in a row. But if you do that, they'll start vomiting, which is kind of funny. So if you want to get their sort of... their hunger condition up really good, it takes time. You have to do, multiple doses over a long period of time to make it happen. Okay, so looks like Takata is back. Let's recharge her O2 and then park her suit over in her little suit closet. Let's feed her and then put both of these folks to bed because they're both getting pretty tired. And how I can tell they're tired is they've got their tiredness stat right here. So they've each got hunger, tiredness, mental health, and oxygen. So their oxygen is fine. As long as they've got oxygen in their suit, their oxygen in their body is going to be at 100%. But their mental health, I'm actually not sure what I'm supposed to be doing to keep that high. Maybe have them not constantly starving to death and fearing for their lives. So while she's eating, let's have Kukonen take a nap. Takata will eat, and then Takata will also take a nap. Not Jim Artis, as usual. I cannot answer questions about State of Decay 3, though I appreciate your enthusiasm. Friendly Wombat asks, are there entertainment type facilities for mental health? I am not sure. I don't think I've explored the full range of the construction options. So we should actually look at that in just a sec. Let's get these characters to sleep. But then let's have a look at the construction options. Because, yeah, I think we should figure out what's possible here. All right, so I wonder, is it going to automatically accelerate time once they're both asleep, or do I need to do that manually? It looks like I need to do that manually. So there aren't a lot of things I can do when I don't have active characters. Like, almost every action, it involves telling a particular person to go and do a particular thing. And you can see how this is different from a lot of the colony sims that I play, because most of the colony sims, most of the characters are just sort of faceless people. They might have differences between them, but they're things that I don't have to think about an awful lot. In this game, these are all very specific characters, and each of them has got specific skills. And actually, like, if I were to assign Kukonen to go outside and mine things, he would be much slower and less efficient at it than Takata would be. Okay, I'm going to reduce the speed a little bit. And similarly, if I assign Takata to construct things or refine things, Takata would not be very useful at that either. Okay, so Kukonen's done having breakfast. His hunger stat is slowly moving up. So now we're going to go and craft carbon nanotubes. So carbon nanotubes are the main thing that most of the base is built out of. And you can see I only have 10 of them right now. I started with a lot that I got out of that first box, but now I've only got 10. So I've got 14 kilograms, or actually 15. For some reason it shows only 14. I've got 15 kilograms of carbon. And so what he's doing here is he's turning one of these carbons into carbon nanotubes. So you'll see right now I've got 10 carbon nanotubes. When he's done with this, I now have 20.
Security alert. An electromagnetic storm is heading towards the station.
Ah, right. So electromagnetic storms are things that you want to avoid. You don't want your characters outside in them. They will get electrocuted, and that's going to give them sort of a temporary injury that they have to deal with. It slows them down for a while. I don't think that their life is in danger from the electrical storm, but their productivity is in danger, which, in a game like this, I mean, your life is your productivity, right? So there you go. Coalition asks if I have a garden. I can have a garden. That is one thing that I'm going to want to construct once I have constructed all these carbon nanotubes. Though actually, even though Takata's not really the expert in this, I don't think there's any harm in having her try some of this out. So let's look at the other modules that I can build. So I can build a drilling deck, which I think can drill into the ground for certain materials. I haven't really explored what that is. I can make a space farm, which lets me grow food, which I can turn into rations. And then there's a medibay, where I can cure illnesses and things, like injuries that the crew has. And then a workshop, where I can craft accessories, equipment, and handheld items. So none of these show that they are a place for entertainment. So when I run into, for instance, I don't know how I can improve their mental health. It could just be getting them enough food and sleep, and that's it. But it could also be that maybe there are recipes or blueprints for new things that I can discover or invent and install that just aren't on the list yet. Or there could be a lot more to this game right now than I have currently discovered, but there also could be a lot more to this game that they've just simply got planned in the future. This could just be the bare bones MVP of the game that later on we'll figure out. We will have more features added. So I don't know. That's one of the challenges of early access, is you never quite know if there's a problem with the game or if the game just isn't finished yet. So Parker's saying I should start a potato farm. So I think there's actually fruit is just this generic. Oh wait, why is the? Wow, I feel like my stream performance just went way down. But please tell me if I turn into a slideshow. Okay, I really want to know if something's going wrong. I feel like I just lost some stream performance there, but and now it's back. But you all tell me if this starts getting difficult to watch. Okay, so now we have built a space farm. So let's head over here. And, okay, so fruit silo. Let's store more fruit. Right now, we can store only 1 kilogram of fruit. So, yeah, we should probably... Let's start by building a fruit farm. But we should build a fruit silo so we can actually keep more fruit around here. But we have processed all of the carbon now. So actually, once Takata is done building that one thing, it's actually Kukkonen who should be doing this job. So while she's doing that, actually, I'm going to have Kukkonen eat again. Because I think he's waited long enough, and I'd like to get his hunger stat up into the good zone. So he's going to eat again. We've got 8 rations left, but if we're going to be producing food, I'm hoping that means that we'll be able to start replenishing that number fairly soon. Okay, so Takata's done building that first fruit farm, and I think just slowly this is going to produce fruit. So over the next 20 minutes, it's going to produce some fruit. So, Takata, let's get your EVA suit back on. Let's go and mine some more materials. And Kukkonen... Actually, Takata, never mind. You should also eat. Kukkonen should come over here. He should actually build another fruit farm. So let's build another fruit farm right there. We'll also build another a fruit silo. And then I forgot where we process things into rations. I think that might be a crew quarters facility. I'm not sure. Takata, maybe you can investigate this for us. Now that she's had her breakfast. Yes, a kitchen. So a kitchen requires electronic parts, which I think you make from rare earth elements. So we are not yet set up in our refinery to be able to do that. So let's get out there. Oh, wait. Takata needs to put on her EVA suit first. I wonder if it will let us send her outside without her EVA suit. That seems crazy, right? Oh, hey, Tetsuo the zombie showed up. Hey, Tetsuo. I just raided his channel earlier today. It seemed like a pretty cool place. I couldn't stick around, unfortunately, but I followed him. And it looks like he's come back to check me out. So thanks a lot, Tetsuo. It's good to see you. Okay, so we've got her in her EVA suit. Let's get her out of the station. And then Kokkonen, I think I want to get as many of these fruit farms going as I can, as early as I can, because that our survival might genuinely depend on it. Okay, so its local storage is filling up, but that's not filling up the general storage. So it looks like we might need to manually harvest these things. Takata, you downstairs yet? Yes, Takata's downstairs. So let's bring Takata over to where we saw those rare earth elements. And let's start extracting those. And while she's doing that, we're going to finish up building this place. Let's add a fruit silo, which will let us store an extra kilogram. I love it's just a kilogram of fruit. Like, we're going to build an entire building here to hold 2 pounds of fruit. That's all it's going to do. So earlier, Not Jamardis said, as an attorney, he wants to know, what is this thing, mental health, that you're talking about? I mean, yeah, as a game developer, I can probably join you in that. In that suggestion that maybe we're not all, members of our professions are not all the best at maintaining their mental health. So we could install an entirely new refinery for rare earth elements, but I don't think that doesn't seem necessary at this stage. I think I can probably, let's just build a thing for making electronic stuff. That's not it. Okay, we can make a rare earth rack. How do we make something that processes rare earth elements into electronics? It's not the carbon bit. What does this do? Okay, so it is there to process rare earth elements. And I think that rare earth elements turns into electronic parts. I think it does, yeah. So I think this is the thing we want. I think we want to install a reflow furnace. Let's check on Takata. She's doing okay. Mining these rare earth elements. Let's speed up time just a little bit. Make this happen quickly. Got to keep on her. Anytime we're accelerating time and Takata's out there, we need to keep an eye on her oxygen. And then let's build a rare earth rack so we can store more. And then basically, it's kind of fun. You can sort of, because she's effectively beaming these resources directly into the base. Oh, looks like she's done. You can actually have her mining the resources at the same time that her partner is processing the resources. And you can actually have, both of those things going at the same time. Did we already... Okay, looks like we haven't explored that thing yet, so she's going to head over to there. Oh, wait. Have we looked at this? Oh, look at that first. It's right close to the base. I didn't even notice it until now. We got some nanotubes. Yay! Okay, let's look in this thing. And it looks like we might be able to climb up here to get a couple of these. So we'll have to figure out how that works in just a second. How are you doing in here, Kokkonen? All right, let's start crafting electronic parts. So we're going to take these rare earth elements and turn them into electronics. Oh, she just found another laser mining drill, of which she already has one. So I think she might need to drop this stuff off in some kind of storage, but I don't know how that's done. Okay, so she'll have to come back for that when she figures out how to drop things off.
A period of seismic activity is detected.
Uh-oh, seismic activity. I'm not sure what the consequences of that are, but let's head back to the base just in case. Hurry up! Get inside, Takata! Get inside! Meanwhile, we've got Kukkonen still just working away in there. He's already gotten halfway through the rare earth elements we've already got. But he's made a lot of electronic parts, which means we can start processing rations out of the fruit that we've been collecting. This stuff is slowly filling up. Once each of these farms gets up to 1 kilogram, it'll stop. And so, but we can start harvesting them, feeding the fruit into our general storage, and then we can process the fruit from the general storage. There we go, we got inside. We can process the fruit from the general storage into rations. Just recharge our oxygen. And let's unequip our suit. Okay, looks like Kukkonen's done with the processing. So that means we can come over here and make ourselves a kitchen. Oh, look! Sport area! Video call booth! That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. All right, so let's build the kitchen. Because that's the most essential thing. But now I think we can probably build another module, another crew module, just for entertainment and mental health. So that seems valuable, right? Meanwhile, Takata is there. What can Takata do that will be useful? You know what? Takata can start collecting fruit. So while Kukkonen is building the kitchen, she's going to start harvesting fruit. You can see the amount of fruit we have here is starting to grow. All right, so now we've got a... Wait, what? Did I choose the wrong thing? Did I accidentally... I made a sport area.
Alert. A period of seismic activity is detected.
Oh,
Warning.
whoa, whoops.
The station integrity is compromised.
No, wait, what do I do with that? Station integrity? Compromised? How? I don't know. Okay, hold on. Where do we... Oh, it's over there? How do we solve this? Wait, stop. Okay, cancel what you were doing before. Or don't, whatever. Okay, so he's injured. He's got a sprain. And is this a breach? Okay, look, yes, looks like we got a breach. How is our oxygen? It's still at 100%, so it's only a small breach. Takata? Can you repair that? Okay, and I guess you'll resume this. I feel silly for accidentally selecting the wrong thing. That wasn't what I intended to do. Can I undo that, actually? I'm curious. Okay, so she's slowly doing this job. Let's see here. So La Coalition says, give a guy a hamburger and he'll be fed for a short time. Give him a poisoned donut, he'll be fed for the rest of his life. I don't think that's the way that aphorism usually goes, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so now the emergency is solved. Let's keep collecting fruit. And then once we're done building this... Okay, so now... Let's build a new crew quarters module, just so that I can build a kitchen. I feel so silly for having installed the wrong thing. I do wonder... Can I remove the sport arena? It looks like... I can't. I can upgrade it, but I don't see a way to remove it, to cancel it. Like, if I installed the wrong thing and I want to change my mind, I don't see a way to do that. Okay, so it looks like we can install some upgrades here which seem valuable. Like, for instance, eating less. The food waste collector means that we're going to eat less food, so that's cool. Takata is done collecting fruit. So yeah, La Coalición is trying another one of those aphorisms. He says, give someone a blanket and he'll be warm for a night. Light him on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Takata's doing okay, and then I guess, you know what? Let's send her back outside again. The seismic emergency is done. Oh, but you know what? Once Kukkonen has solved some of our food problems, he should probably get himself some medical attention, which means we need to build a medical facility. So we'll do that in just a second. But let's let him finish the job that he's doing now. Takata? You ready to go outside? So you do get to choose 3 characters up front. Oh, and now we got a fancier mess hall. And so it makes me wonder, where is the 3rd character? Okay, kitchen. I want to install a kitchen. And I want to install it here. La Coalición asks, if I leave someone outside, will they die with no oxygen? Or will they automatically try to run back? I think it's up to me to make them run back. Okay, it looks like we're really low on nanotubes, so I'm going to start mining some more carbon over there. We got 6 rations, which is fine. But I can craft more. So basically, so now we've got 1.35 fruit. So I think he's going to turn 1 fruit into some amount of rations. I'm not sure how many, but let's see what happens. So he's cooking and cooking and cooking. And he's turned that into 1 ration? That's it? Just 1 ration? No! Oh, we're going to have to really up our production here. That is not enough. Yeah, we're going to starve at that rate. Speaking of starving, he is kind of hungry, but I think I might have to feed him less often now. So, okay, before we can build anything else, we got to start processing some carbon. So let's get him back in there, processing some carbon. Let's keep an eye on Takata while she's mining. And let's speed up time. So he's going to start making nanotubes while she's mining carbon. So the 2 of them are kind of working together right now. Him inside the base, her outside the base. She's filling up the carbon while he's emptying out the carbon to make the nanotubes. I kind of like that we can do this sort of inside and outside teamwork, though I think he's working faster than she is. But that's fine, because he is actually going to want to build a medical facility and actually probably another farm. We should actually start with that other farm. Okay, so we've got enough nanotubes, I think, for now. So Kukkonen, let's start by building the other farm, because we need to start getting that process going. So let's build a new module, which is another space farm. And apparently we can install a large one. Okay, yeah, so you can have these, like, a larger version of the same module and just build a bunch of little farms there. So, okay, so he's running over to do that. Meanwhile, Takata is still... Oh, nope, she's not mining anymore. So what can she do? Okay, we got some rare earth elements over here she can extract. So let's do that. Oh, right. I forgot that I had paused time. So Takata's going to do this. keep an eye on her oxygen while we also build this module here. So this sprain that he's got, it reduces his athletics, which means that if he was running around outside, I think he'd be having more trouble. But I don't think it's hindering him that much doing his work inside the base. See you later, La Coalición. Okay, so now we've finished building that. Let's get in here and start. Oh, wow, I've got a lot of space. Okay, so let's start building some fruit farms. I'm going to need... I'm not going to be able to build enough fruit farms with the carbon that I've got. So Takata at some point is going to have to find some more carbon. Okay, we can build another fruit farm.
Tämähän käy.
How you doing, Takata? Okay, looks like Takata's oxygen is getting kind of low, and she's gotten half of this stuff. So let's get her back inside. In the meantime, Kukkonen can build another fruit farm.
Tässä menee vain hetki.
I just want to max out our farms before we start running out of
Security
food.
alert. An electromagnetic storm is heading towards the station.
Oh, good. We got here just in time to not get struck by lightning. Fill up our oxygen. And then I guess we'll hang out inside. Let's drop off our suit, and then we can go and eat. Hey, Kukkonen, let's build another fruit farm. Oh, we can't afford another fruit farm. We can build another silo, but we can't afford another farm. So let's go over here and have some food. And Takata, let's go eat together. That sounds fun, right? Mmm, delicious. All right, and we're getting pretty tired, so let's go to bed. Uh-oh, what is this? Okay, it's just a lightning storm going on. Oh, so it's freaking out our characters. Their mental health is taking a hit. Let's get them to sleep. All right, everybody sleep. So now I think we're getting towards what should be the end of the episode, but I want to get a sense that these characters are going to be able to feed themselves, so and sort of take care of themselves physically. So I think I'm going to see if I can build. So I need to find some more carbon if I'm going to build a medical facility. I think that basically I need to have Kukkonen gathering food inside, while Takata goes outside and tries to find another source of carbon, because I used all of my carbon building these farms. And if I want to be able to heal things like this sprain, I should go get some carbon. So let's equip an EVA suit with her. I'm not letting too much time pass. Let's collect fruit. So he's not as good at collecting fruit as she is. So she's got more farming experience than him. But, you know, he's doing it fast enough anyway, for our purposes. Okay, Takata, where can you go? So I could collect more of these rare earth elements, but carbon is more urgent. The question is, where can I find some carbon? I'm not... Sulfur dioxide, don't need that right now. Okay, there's some areas I haven't explored yet. Let's send her a little further afield than she usually would go. Okay, meanwhile, we'll pop Kukkonen around, clean all of these different fruit farms to collect as much as he can. And then we'll have him manufacture rations once he's done with that. So these characters, I think, do get better at the tasks that you give them as they're working on them. So they will build their skills over time. So once she's over here, I can see. My camera can follow her. Unfortunately, okay, there's something up here. Can we get to this? Okay, she can't get... She can't get up there. Oh yeah, this might take a jump. I wonder. How close can I get? Okay, I can get here. Now, can I jump? No, impossible. Can I climb? Yes. Climb, 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 climb. There we go. So now we can inspect this. Fly me to the moon. When exploring the area, a glitter grabs Takata's attention. Nearby, the bell of a trumpet is pointing upwards at Jupiter? It's the instrument Ryan brought to the mission with some additional scrapes and scratches. There's no doubt he would love to relax by playing some of his favorite jazz standards. 50% protection against future Ryan Stevenson's mental health loss. Okay, so I don't know who Ryan Stevenson is. He must be the crew member that I haven't found yet. But, oh, one thing I just realized. I forgot. She has got a full inventory that I haven't yet figured out how to empty. So let's see. Can we jump her back down? And then can this get her back to the base? Can she get back from here? Yeah, it looks like she can. Her O2 is still doing okay. Now that we've learned how to climb, I'm wondering if we can get up to these little dealies. Of course, yeah, her inventory is probably full though. So let's send her back into the base to see if I can figure out how to empty her inventory. I might have to install some kind of storage. Meanwhile, Kokonen. Oh, so we've filled up our fruit. So let's go and process fruit into rations. It might be that I have to build a special equipment storage like facility here in order to empty her inventory. But maybe she can also hand things to him. So let's recharge her oxygen. So Sengatsu wants to know, are the characters selected randomly, or do you get these exact heroes? So you have the option. So they have some starter heroes that you can just sort of select, but I chose to have random heroes. So that's who I'm dealing with. Okay, let's eat some food. Okay, it looks like he's done making rations. Oh, we need to have an entire fruit in order for us to get rations. So let's keep collecting fruit. And then, yeah, so I'm really not sure. Let's look at our options again for what we can build. Video call booth, sport arena, kitchen, bunk, mess table. So the stuff that I can build here doesn't seem to be relevant to storage. Electrolyzer. So this is oxygen production. What's this? Station inventory. Aha! So Takata, head over to the station's inventory. Oh, and check it out. So we just gained a level in astrobotany. Okay, so EVA equipment. Okay, so we'll keep the spare oxygen tank, but let's drop the explosives. Can I drop the explosives in station storage? There we go. That's not the explosives. Let's drop the explosives, and let's drop the radio beacon, because I might need that later, but I don't need to fill my inventory with it. And now, let's put on our EVA suit again, and let's have Kokonen keep collecting fruit. We still need carbon. So let's get out here. Those big boxes sometimes contain equipment, I think, and sometimes they contain resources. Or maybe the big boxes always contain resources, and the little ones, the little tubes and things, are the ones that contain equipment. So let's head over here and see if we can climb up and see what's in these boxes. So let's click her, climb, start point, arrival point. Climb, 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 climb. And maybe I should speed things down a little bit. Inspect. Oh, could she not quite get there? Okay. Let's climb again.
Alert. A period of seismic activity
Oh
is
no,
detected.
seismic activity, but I'm just barely doing this. Okay, we collected rations, electronic parts, and batteries. So that's something I haven't seen before. All right, let's see if we can climb up here. It looks like we can. Climb, 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 climb. Climb, 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 climb. All right. Inspect. What's in this box? We got batteries, electronic parts, and rations. Okay, useful. Not what I was hoping for. Now, can we jump down here? Danger. Safe jump. Let's jump down. Let's do it again. And then let's do it again. I love navigating these characters. This is really clever and cute, and it works much better than I kind of expect it to. Okay, then might as well grab this while we're here. Oh, I really can only carry a laser drill in my hands? Okay, fine, whatever. Let's get out of here. Get inside the station. Meanwhile, what have you been doing this whole time, Kokonin? Let's... Oh, I can't collect any more fruit because my fruit is full. So let's make some rations. So this guy's going to basically just be cooking all day to keep up with their food needs. Come on. You got to make it before the... Oh, are we going to make it before the earthquake? Get in there. 2, 1. Oh, no. Get in. Get in.
Warning. The station integrity is compromised.
Uh-oh. Station integrity compromised. Takata, get over there quick. Meanwhile, Kokona has made some rations, so we'll collect more fruit. The thing we're still missing is carbon. Oh, hey, it looks like... Has the stream performance just dropped again, or is it only on my side that it looks like that? What could be happening? Okay. It feels like when I look in certain directions, sometimes the frame rate just drops like crazy. But maybe it's only on my side that I'm seeing that. Maybe you're all not seeing that. Definitely tell me if it looks like... Yeah, okay, when I'm seeing this part of the station, I'm seeing weird performance drops. That's strange. All right. Well, I mean, I've got to collect the food, so... Okay, it looks like we are making enough fruit now that we can keep up with our needs, so that's good. Takata has fixed the thing. Let's recharge her oxygen. Okay, so other folks are saying that it's only a minor slowdown and that most of the problem was on my side. That's reassuring, actually. Yeah, I was really worried because it looks like my stream preview looks like a slideshow occasionally, and I'm like, oh no, this is a bad stream. But nope, looks like if it's a bad stream, it's for other reasons. It seems like it's okay to the folks in the audience. All right, so we're going to get off this AVA suit, have some lunch, and Kokonin, I think you need to have some lunch too. Everybody eat. But yeah, the thing I haven't found is carbon. So we've been playing this for about an hour now. So I think we should probably wrap things up for this episode. But it looks like we've kind of got a mission in mind for the future, which is we need to find some carbon so we can build a medical facility. I mean, I guess, you know what? Kokonen's sprain is going away on its own. He could have healed it faster if we had a medical facility, but it is kind of going away. So it's not like it's an emergency, but still, it feels like these folks would be better off if we could manage to get them some more carbon and get them a medical facility. So that'll be our goal next time we play this. But for right now, this is a pretty cool game, right? Like, I mean, I really like just the extremely forbidding setting. You know, it's like, is there a harder place to survive than a moon of a gas giant? Probably not. Maybe just open space. And I like how you really have to think about, You've got to get in and out of the airlock. You've got to replenish your oxygen. You've got to, get in and out of your spacesuit. Like, they really make you go through enough steps to make you really think about how hard it is to survive here. Because they could have just made it automatic. You're just wearing a spacesuit when you enter the airlock, and you're not wearing one when you leave. And they could have just taken care of all of that for you, but they chose to make you deal with it. And I think that there's a reason behind that. Part of it is, I think they have disasters probably where you have much more major hull breaches, and everybody's got to get into an EVA suit inside the base. That's probably one reason. But another reason is just so that you're thinking about the survival challenges that are going on in this world. And so you can't just forget that you're living in a really sort of, forbidding environment. And I also really appreciate the sort of the flexibility of the modules that you're building. I get to make a lot of decisions about where I'm going to spend my floor space. Each of the modules that I build, it can't do anything at all until I've decided what equipment to build in it. And so even though, this is sort of it's kind of a locked down base where it's not like I can just arbitrarily build things wherever I want to on IO. It's all sort of rooted in this sort of central, sort of pre-built base. I still have a lot of strategic flexibility in how I want to use my slots. And I like that idea. I like that approach, that you sort of have limited space, but based on the resources you're able to collect, you've got limited space, and you've got to decide how to use that space. It's a different kind of choice making from the sort of freewheeling creative choice making of, say, Sons of the Forest, where you can literally build whatever you want by stacking logs on each other. It's more locked down, but they still are making sure that you've got interesting strategic choices to make. So I think this game's got a lot of potential. It's still in early access, and I'm not sure how much more game there is beyond what I've seen so far. I intend to keep playing it a little bit more and sort of seeing how much further I can push it. But and anyway, but this game is off to a really good start. And so, congratulations to the developers for making something cool so far that I really like. And I'm interested in seeing where it goes. So let's wrap up this episode with a subscribe button and links to other videos. And as far as tonight goes, I think I'm going to move on to playing something else. But thanks for joining me for this. And if you're watching me live on Twitch, stick with me. We'll go play something else.